Previously, Ash's heart was torn, Serena's betrayal still fresh, and Korrina's support growing stronger. Now, in Part 3, emotions run high as Ash faces challenges that test both his strength and his new bond. Can love truly bloom amidst betrayal? Let's find out. The freezing night in the region seemed eternal, precisely on a mountain where our protagonist is in a duel for the survival of the region. Ash faces calm with a look of tension to see who will attack first. Pikachu had a big yellow glow from the electricity surrounding him. He seemed to be very upset and ready for anything that was put in front of him. On the other hand, the Mega Blastoise was staring at the mouse, attentive to what he would do at any moment. Pikachu, quick attack now. Pikachu went at high speed to start the fight. Blastoise uses Ice Beam. Blastoise's beam hit the electric type, the Rodior taking damage and being immobilized. Now Blastoise, use Hydro Pump and finish this immediately. The water type began to charge its attack with its 3 cannons aiming at the electric type. Pikachu uses Impact. He couldn't say the order because Blastoise's attack arrived faster and hit Pikachu directly, causing him to crash into a wall of earth, raising a large amount of smoke and dust. It seems that the electric type lost the fight. Ha ha ha, it was very easy. I think I shouldn't have used Mega Evolution on you. I can't stand that useless Pokemon. Tell me, Ash, what are you going to do? The raven-haired man was very worried about the attack Pikachu received, looking towards the place where the Pokemon crashed. Pikachu, no. Sorry, I should have used Sceptile. The raven-haired boy was getting ready to check on Pikachu until... Ha ha ha. Ready, Blastoise kills Ash right now, we don't need him. Listen just looked at the situation with a smile and said nothing to allow Calm to continue his attack on the black-haired man. Meanwhile with Greninja. The water-type Pokemon was finishing its battle with the members of Team Flare, defeating them all little by little, taking advantage of the darkness and the trees around it. Somewhat tired, he loses synchronization with Ash, and sits down to rest for a moment, but manages to notice a noise near him, which was the sound of a car approaching his location. As a warning sign, the water-type climbs a tree to better see who was approaching. The Pokemon looked closely at who they were and decided to get their attention. Meanwhile with Ash. I'm glad that Greninja was able to defeat them all, although I also feel a bit tired, although I don't know if I'll get out of here alive. I think it's time to take action, Sceptile, while he watched Blastoise prepare his Hydro Pump to attack. It's your end, Ash. It's time to die. Before Calm attacked and Ash brought out his Grass-type Pokemon, there was a noise where Pikachu crashed, debris could be seen moving, while a large amount of electricity could be seen coming out. At that moment, the debris flew into the air, and Pikachu emerged from it, with an aura of electricity much more intense than before. Yes, an aura similar to characters from a certain anime, you know, haha. At high speed, he returned to the battlefield, turning his back on his trainer. Ash couldn't believe his Pokemon could withstand such a powerful attack. Calm was surprised to see what had happened. I'm sorry, Pikachu, I lost trust in you. I should have been stronger, but at this moment I swear we'll have you. Pikachu gave a nod as he looked at his trainer, but quickly looked at his opponent in front of him. Pikachu Thundershock now. This surprises Calm to see how Pikachu launched his attack at a great speed, much greater than before. The attack hit the water-type Pokemon directly, doing great damage due to the type disadvantage. Come on, Blastoise, don't let these idiots get you lost. Ash didn't stop and continued giving orders to Pikachu. Pikachu, quick attack, then Electro Ball to finish. Blastoise uses Ice Beam again, don't let him get close. Blastoise launches his powerful Ice Beam, but Pikachu manages to evade without difficulty. While approaching very quickly, he threw his Ice Beam again, but Pikachu evaded it again. Not knowing what to do, Pikachu began his attack. Now Pikachu. Pikachu gave a powerful blow which knocked down Blastoise. The water type was lying on the ground, while Pikachu jumped and in the air concentrated an immense amount of electricity, forming an electrifying ball. You're done, turtle on steroids, Pika Pika Pikachu, Pikachu shouted in the air, then launched his powerful attack, hitting and pressing Blastoise further on the ground. The Pokemon was so damaged that it lost its Mega Evolution and finally weakened, ending the fight and Calm returning to his Pokemon. It's over, Calm, you lost. Now Pikachu uses Thunderbolt on the machine. Without wasting time, the black-haired man gave the order to attack the machine where Listen was nearby with his assistant, who was making the final adjustments to that destructive machine. Listen, seeing such an attack, jumped to the side to evade the attack. Unfortunately his assistant could not evade and received the attack as well. Ash noticed that the attack wasn't very effective, although it managed to leave the assistant near the machine somewhat unconscious. Pikachu uses Iron Tail and knocks down that machine. Don't stop, Listen shouted, Calm was frozen by what happened at that moment and how Ash defeated him using only that little Pokemon. Pikachu hit the attack with great force, managing to knock down the machine, which fell several meters deep into the forest behind the mountain. It seemed that it was all over. Or so he thought. "You're a fucking Ash," Listen was furious about what had happened. Until suddenly, a car stopped behind Ash. "Ash, we're here. X3. Guys, glad to see you." Ash, seeing that they got out of the car, saw that Greninja was with them. A blonde ran into the arms of the black-haired boy, with tears in her eyes. Ash, I'm glad you're okay. I was really worried about you, silly. Why didn't you want help?" Hugging him tightly, Ash reciprocated Korrina's hug. "I'm so sorry, Korrina, I had to do it. I didn't want anything to happen to you. You're very important to me, you're the one I must protect and take care of, as well as the region." As they separated a little, Ash planted a short kiss on Korrina, making her blush from the sudden kiss. "And why the kiss?" Korrina shifted her gaze. "Well, because I love you." After giving Korrina a warm smile, she looked back at him, smiling as well. "Guys, this is not a good time for kisses," Professor Sycamore commented near the two, as well as Clement and Greninja, as well as Pikachu, who was next to them although somewhat tired, fixed their gaze on Listen and Calm. "You are under arrest for the acts that affected the entire region," Professor Sycamore said to the two present. "Ha ha ha. Do you think they defeated me? That will never happen, you heard me. Even though they destroyed the Ma." Listen was interrupted by his assistant, who decided to speak with what little energy he had left. "Sir." Cough. Cough. "Sir, the machine is still in good condition. You just need to take this," raising his arm and handing over the device that absorbed Ash's synchronization energy. "And place it in the machine so that it goes into countdown and starts the chaos and change in the region once and for all." The assistant no longer had any energy and fell unconscious on the ground. Listen knew he could still win. "I'll go, sir. I'll activate the machine for you. I'm sure you want to finish Ash off, right?" Calm approached Listen and made up his mind to go activate the machine. "Okay, go ahead, don't let me down. I'll take care of this meddler, just like his friends." He handed the device to Calm, who accepted it and quickly headed toward the machine, through a narrow path. As Calm left, everyone tried to follow him. But something unexpected happened, and with a terrifying surprise. "You're not going anywhere, you're not getting out of here alive." Listen sent out his Pokeball, making something dangerous appear. "It's time to finish this, Darkrai." The singular Pokemon comes out. Everyone very attentive to what could happen. Everyone pay close attention to what might happen. "Guys and Greninja, I want you to go get the machine now. I'll take care of this before it's too late," Ash said, staring at Listen seriously. Without excuses for the delicacy of the situation, they moved by an alternate route to reach Calm. "Good luck, Ash." Clement and the professor said, Korrina looking at the situation. She wanted to stay to help, but she couldn't start a conflict because of it. Time is essential at the moment. "Take care of yourself, Ash. I will return immediately when we stop and catch Calm. I wish you luck." Now she giving him a kiss of hers as good luck, Ash gave him security, the words of his girlfriend. As the boys moved toward the route, an attack surprised them. Darkrai finished them off with Shadow Pulse. The mythical Pokemon launched the attack at Ash's friends, but it was intercepted by another attack. Sceptile Bullet Seed, this attack managed to prevent it from reaching its destination. The others, grateful to Ash, quickly left, gradually disappearing from the brunette's sight. "Your fight is with me, Listen. Your fight is with me, Listen." As he looked at his opponent just as the two Pokemon stared at each other. "Are you ready, Sceptile? I'm sure you already know how things are here." The plant type nodded without taking his eyes off his opponent. "Here the final battle that will decide the salvation of the region will begin." Narrates Ash. "I noticed that my friends were lost from my sight. That made me happy since they did not receive any damage from the singular Pokemon. I looked again fixedly at Listen, who by chance had a Pokemon that reminded me of the battle I had in the Sinnoh League with a mysterious trainer. I remember his name, Tobias. He had an invincible Darkrai that was never defeated until he faced me and I managed to defeat it. But unfortunately he defeated me using only 2 Pokemon. I'm sure my Sceptile has the same memories as me. He knows it's a very scary Pokemon. The worst thing is knowing who its trainer is and how it would be trained." End of the narration of the Jet. Once again in the imposing night a new battle would take place. Ash and Listen. The combat zone was somewhat destroyed by the previous encounter between Ash and Calm. "This ends here, Listen. I already have experience against a Darkrai." "That's what you think, Ash. Of course I saw your battle against that trainer. His Darkrai was very weak in my opinion. you won't be able to stop me with your untrained Pokemon, or am I wrong? Ash remembered that Sceptile hasn't entered a battle in a while, so he wouldn't know what could happen. Last time he had to use half a team to stop a Darkrai, now it's one-on-one, which would be more complicated. Sceptile looked at the dark-haired man with concern, approached him, and showed his fist in support of his trainer. I understand, Sceptile. I know we have an advantage now, too. Showing the evolution stone on his wrist, just as Sceptile had one around his neck. The grass-type Pokemon knew that what Listen said was wrong. Since he was separated from the Jet Black, he decided to train on his own and also learn some movements that would help him in this battle. He was undoubtedly prepared. Ash looked at his Sceptile's data in his Pokédex again. Great, let's see how much you've improved, my friend. He put away his Pokédex and got back into battle stance with his Pokémon. Let's get started. X2. Use Sceptile agility and launch your new attack, go. Darkrai uses Double Team, and prepares Shadow Pulse. Both Pokémon began their attacks. Sceptile approached at great speed where Darkrai formed several copies of himself to distract his opponent. Sceptile stopped immediately, seeing that all the copies formed a row preparing a Shadow Pulse. Stop. Sceptile backs up and uses Seed Bullet head-on when his attack groups into one. Both attacks collided, causing an explosion in the middle of the combat zone. Now Sceptile uses Fury Cut. Listen noticed the attack with surprise. The Pokémon passed through the cloud of smoke and launched its attack, which was effective against Darkrai, causing good damage. Resist. Darkrai, don't retreat, it's time. Black Gap. Now, although Darkrai felt great pain from the attack, he performed a counterattack, causing Sceptile to fall into the trap and end up falling asleep to the ground. Sceptile, hold on. You can come out, come on. Come on. Sceptile didn't react, he was in a deep sleep. I told you, Ash, you won't be able to beat me with just one Pokémon. Your rat is too tired to endure a battle with my Darkrai. Now that he's asleep, use Dream Eater. Darkrai entered Sceptile's dream and prepared to end the battle. The grass-type Pokémon wouldn't last long. Come on, Sceptile, you can do it. I'm sure you trained hard while I wasn't with you. I'm really sorry I didn't take you with me, I'm sure you'd be stronger. Ash watched in anguish as his Pokémon took a huge amount of damage from such an attack. He looked at Pikachu, who was still tired on the ground, not knowing what to do. If Sceptile manages to get out, I'll use the Mega Evolution without trusting anything. In Sceptile's dream. Sceptile tried to stay fearless, looking for a way out or for the singular Pokémon to continue the fight. Ha ha ha, take it. Darkrai performed his dream-eating attack, seriously injuring the grass-type. It was undoubtedly a different Darkrai than Tobias's. Sceptile was slowly becoming exhausted. Damn, that attack hurt me too much. Grrr. I need to hold on, I know I can get out of here. Sceptile tried to stay standing. Sceptile, you can do it, come on, don't give up, show that you can finish off that Pokémon, wake up now. The grass-type Pokémon reacted immediately to the words of its trainer, so it managed to strengthen itself in combat. The attack it was about to receive from Darkrai was easily dodged, leaving the singular Pokémon bewildered. Sceptile launched itself directly at its opponent with a furious slash. The attack hit its target. That's it, Sceptile, you did it. You made it out, Ash commented as he looked at his Sceptile standing with his eyes open even though he was very hurt and exhausted from the attacks he received. So he managed to free himself, well. Congratulations, Ash. The orange-haired man with a smile on his face. Your Pokémon wants to hold on for a few more minutes, but it's time to finish this. My Darkrai is recovered thanks to its abilities. Listen couldn't continue speaking because the black man interrupted him. We will be one, Sceptile, I assure you, we will defeat him. Here. We will save Kalos. Now Sceptile Mega Evolution. The grass-type Pokémon concentrated a large amount of light, which covered it completely, changing its appearance and forming the Mega Evolution. Now it will be interesting. Now this is going to be interesting, Listen commented confidently. We won't lose to you. We're going to defend Kalos no matter what. The dark-haired man replied, alongside his newly Mega-evolved Pokémon. Both Pokémon were energized again. Darkrai looked like new, although Sceptile was not far behind. The fight will resume. At the bottom of the mountain. Calm had already reached his destination, the machine which was intact after the fall. The others were close to him so he wouldn't have enough time to activate it. Near the machine. A silhouette can be seen near the machine. You took too long, idiot, we won't have time to activate this crap. Tired of running, ha. You shut up, ha. Don't you see that idiot has thrown the machine here? You know what? I have a plan, Give me the device again, I'll take her to listen again, I'll take a shortcut. While smiling. I want to see how she uses the energy from the bracelet on her Pokemon and extract more from Ash. You'll see her, kill him once and for all, ha ha ha. You're crazy, I think we should surrender, they'll be here soon, but anyway, I'll buy you time, I'll give myself up, go and support listen. Right away, with a smile he turned around and went along another route, which was apparently much shorter than the one used by Calm. We're here, stop, Calm, you've lost. The teacher said, just like everyone else, exhausted. Listen, guys, why didn't you hear me? A very exhausted Clement commented. What do you want? Korrina said, annoyed because the blonde spent the entire chase screaming. I meant. Why don't we use the car to get down faster? X2. Well, it doesn't matter anymore, now let's stop this boy. A few minutes passed, tying Calm up to a tree just like Alan, his Pokemon was so exhausted he couldn't help him. Okay, now I'll call the officer to arrest you and contact the rest of us who have the machine. I don't care haha, Ash will still be dead when they return to arrest Listen. What are you saying? Listen will kill him right now, he won't be able to beat his Pokemon. After forcing Calm to talk about everything, he told them. Understood, will do. This. While looking at Clement and Korrina. Clement, let's check if the machine is no longer a danger right now. I'll help you while we wait for the others to arrive. Korrina, go with Ash right now and help him. Go along the path Calm mentioned so you can get there faster. Understood X2. The blonde left the place towards the route as quickly as possible, taking out her Lucario ready for whatever was necessary, while the others looked at the machine looking for any danger. Calm down Ash, I'm on my way, please hold on. The blonde thought as she ran as fast as she could with her Pokemon. While she did so, the sun was beginning to show. It indicated that it was already dawn. With Ash. Great, we've been spending a lot of time here. Looking at the sky. How lucky, it's already dawning. This will definitely give me an advantage. I'll be able to launch a solar beam and end this quickly. Meanwhile, Sceptile has to buy himself a few minutes. We'll launch a single attack that will knock him out. Ready. Sigh, now Sceptile, let's use Fury Slash now. The grass type launched itself at great speed. What Ash noticed was that Sceptile had the Dragon Claw attack on one arm and the Fury Slash attack on the other, a type of combination. I made it up myself XD, what attack is that? Come on Darkrai, use Quick Attack and then Shadow Ball. Listen said angrily. At the moment of impact between both Pokemon, Sceptile used his arm which had the Dragon attack as a block to Darkrai's attack. This surprised the Dark type. With his other arm, Sceptile launched a strong Fury Cut, but it was neutralized by a Shadow Ball attack by Darkrai. He is undoubtedly very fast. Sceptile back up and use Leaf Rain now. Sceptile moved quickly and launched a powerful Leaf Rain. This made Darkrai back up causing considerable damage. Darkrai uses Double Team and launches an UMB Pulse. What? He observed that Sceptile quickly used Agility and launched alternating attacks, Fury Cut and Dragon Claw. Sceptile was faster. He landed several hits making Darkrai stagger and trying to cover himself. He was quite injured. Now use Rain Leaves again. This attack finished off the sinister guy who was seriously injured. Well done, Sceptile, your Pokemon got a little too confident. Looking at the sky, which was pleasantly sunny. Time to finish this, charge up and prepare the solar time. Damn, well I came prepared, I don't want to waste time with you. With this attack your Pokemon won't even be able to stand up, ha ha ha. Eason showed on his wrist a bracelet which had a strange shape. Okay, Ash, finish this here, you'll never beat us. Listen laughed. While preparing to make a strange pose. That's what you think, Listen. We have a much bigger advantage over you. That device won't be of any use to you. You don't know what this is? I'll explain quickly. This is a Z bracelet, which has a crystal called Nyctostal Z. I acquired it from a tropical region called Alola. It was easy to obtain. Anyway, with this I can perform a special attack with great power. You need to make movements to launch the great attack. It's called the Z movement. Listen began to perform the characteristic movements of the Z movement. Darkrai was also preparing to do it. Then we'll counterattack. Come on, Sceptile, prepare the solar beam now. The two Pokemon were preparing to throw their attacks. Now Darkrai Black Hole Annihilator. Launch the Sceptile solar beam now. Both attacks collided, forming a fight over who has more control over their attack. Let's go X2. Neither of them retreated, it was an equal attack, causing an explosion between the two creating a large cloud of dust. Come on, Sceptile, I know you're strong, stay standing. You lost Ash, I told you. That Pokemon is very. But what? As the dust cloud faded, a somewhat tired Sceptile was shown, having also received damage from the attack, but standing firm, while on the other side Darkrai on the ground was about to lose the fight. We will never lose, this ends here. Listen, we won the fight, now you are under arrest for everything you did, send him my regards Alan. Flamethrower now. What? Who said that? Sceptile, dodge it now. A flamethrower attack was heading towards Sceptile. This managed to dodge almost all of the attack, taking damage to its left leg. This one tried to stay standing, already somewhat exhausted by the fight. Ash looked towards the direction where the attack was launched, showing a silhouette of a Pokemon known by Ash and his trainer alike, something that he thought he would never see again. What are you doing here? And because you attacked me, do you work for Listen Now? Ash's expression was very angry, just like Pikachu who was resting. Well Ash, I guess it's a good time to introduce you to the person Calm recommended to me. He said he would help me learn everything about you. Hello Ash, good to see you again, I'm glad you're okay. She smiles warmly at the Raven. I'd like to see how you lose again here with my own eyes. I was the one who gave Listen information about what you were doing. She walks towards Listen and hands him the device Calm had when he escaped. Ash, I loved you, I really loved you, but it seems you've forgotten me. I wanted to tell you that Calm cast a strange spell on me and that's why I obeyed his orders, but since it matters, I'm very grateful to Calm, he made me open my eyes. I found out that you became Korrina's boyfriend. I never thought it would happen. This filled me with so much jealousy. I had no choice but to join Listen. I guess it's a good idea. If I don't have you, no one will. You're crazy, Serena, shouting at the top of her lungs at the honey-haired girl. Okay, it's time to end this. Placing the object Serena brought on his wrist. Get ready Darkrai, this will make you wake up immediately. After placing it, a blue light appeared that went towards Darkrai from the object. This made Darkrai recover his energy immediately. He appeared as if he had just come out of the Pokéball with a larger dark blue aura. Ash, Sceptile, and Pikachu were preparing for another surprise battle, something they didn't think was going to happen, all because of Serena. Damn, I have to hold on a little longer. I'll link up with Greninja so he'll come right away. This is going to get really ugly. The situation is very serious for our protagonist. In Ash's thoughts. I'm not going to let them escape, or commit any other atrocity. I will protect the entire region and especially my blonde, who I can say thanks to her I believed in love again after everything that happened with Serena. How stupid not to have brought some other Pokemon. Damn script haha. Guys, I want you to fight from a distance until Greninja comes. We'll need your help right now. Ash's two Pokemon sensed. Ash closed his eyes and tried to bond with Greninja. It worked successfully. Greninja, come immediately, we need your help. The frog began to ascend towards the top of the mountain where Ash was. Again Ash looked at his rivals. Listen and Serena were going to start the attack. Ready Darkrai, it's time, get ready. Braixen, I want you to attack from a distance. I'm sure Ash will come toward us. The honey-haired girl and Listen were organized to finish off Asabache once and for all. Darkrai, let's go, use quick attack on Sceptile. Braixen, flamethrower on Pikachu, I order you. The Pokemon began the attack. Pikachu dodges it and tries to go for Braixen with quick attack. Sceptile defends by combining your attacks, Fury Slash and Dragon Claw. The moment they heard the order, they both made their moves. Sceptile and Darkrai launched themselves one by one, but Darkrai's attack far surpassed Sceptile's. He blocked the Fury Cut attack and then launched a powerful attack at Sceptile. The grass type blocked, but it was so powerful that he was thrown back with great force, almost hitting some rocks. Sceptile, the brunette shouted when he saw the abysmal strength of the dark type Pokemon, are you okay? The grass type just nodded, although much more tired. It was noticeable that he was about to lose his Mega Evolution. Darkrai throws Shadow Ball at Pikachu now. The electric type was about to hit Serena's Pokemon. He heard Listen's order, stopped and tried to dodge Darkrai's attack, but he received it and was thrown into the rocks with great force. It seems that Pikachu weakened. Pikachu friend resist. The black-haired man was planning to go for Pikachu but was stopped by Darkrai who was staring at him. Ash thought. Ditto paid off my plan. Darkrai, I need you to put Ash to sleep. I'm going to drain all the energy I need to activate the machine. The dark type was preparing to launch its attack, but it moved aside as the grass type launched Leaf Rain. Thanks Sceptile, although your attack almost hit me, hee. Ash's mind. We definitely won't be able to beat his Darkrai. With those attacks he seriously hurt Pikachu and Sceptile. Well, Greninja is very close now, I'll need your help. Ash, you're just putting off your death. You have nothing left. As always, so alone. Your friends won't save you from this. Listen thought it was time to end this. He was sure more people would soon come to stop him. Darkrai uses Shadow Pulse on Sceptile and tells him to stop interfering in this. Sceptile, let's dodge it. He looked at how his Pokémon was kneeling. Darkrai's attack was preparing to launch. A Bokajaro now against Braixen. A person gave the order a little close to where Serena had arrived. The black-haired man looked at who it was, with astonishment. You see her very happy because she knew who it was, then she looked at Sceptile, signaling him to prepare his attack. Damn, Braixen is, she didn't finish the order because a Mega Lucario appeared and with several hits sent Braixen home. With her eyes spiraling, Serena returned her to her Pokéball. The girl was running toward Asabache. Ash. Korrina. I'm glad this. He stopped because of the kiss he received from the blonde. Ash was a little surprised but reciprocated. When he separated he received a slap from the blonde. You're stupid, I told you that you needed help, now I'm your girlfriend, I will never leave your side again. I'm sorry, love, I'm truly sorry for my actions in coming here alone, I won't do anything stupid again. Korrina just blushed a little at Ash's comment, then the two looked at Listen, Serena, and Darkrai. You called me love. How cute. Korrina slightly annoying the dark-haired boy, who only got a little nervous and blushed. Korrina, this is not the time, I need your help, the problem is him, pointing at Darkrai. Ash and Korrina, since I don't have any more time, I'll finish you off quickly. Listen just looked on with indifference and arrogance because they were wasting too much time. You're a wretch, you took advantage of the fact that I was tricked by Calm to keep my Ash, how dare you? Serena yelled at Korrina. You don't love Ash, you're crazy, that's not love, what you're doing is out of obsession, I'll never forgive you, you hurt my Ash so much, I'm sure you'll go to prison with Listen. Korrina looked very upset. Enough. Stop talking, it's time to finish you two off. Darkrai launches a Shadow Pulse at Sceptile. Lucario uses Boost Punch now. Lucario went all out towards Darkrai who evaded the blows, he knew he was weak against fighting type attacks. Darkrai quick attack now, Darkrai quickly lunged, hitting Lucario hard, throwing the Pokémon near its trainer. Lucario, are you okay? X2. The Steel/Fighting type affirmed, standing up in annoyance at the Dark type's power. Lucario uses Sword Dance, then you'll go with Close Combat. Lucario used Sword Dance, strengthening himself. He's here, the blonde looked at the dark-haired man with intrigue. Who's here? Darkrai was preparing the quick attack again, but he felt someone approaching him. When the Dark type turned and blocked the attack he received from the Water type that appeared out of nowhere, the two stared at each other, their attacks were stopped. Now Greninja. We will unite to stop this now. While Darkrai and Greninja were looking at each other, the frog formed a whirlwind of water near Darkrai which was thrown to the ground not far away. Greninja transformed into Greninja Ash. Greninja uses Cut. The frog launched an attack which was dodged by Darkrai, but he didn't realize that Lucario was after him. He managed to land several blows on the Sinister type, it was certainly something he didn't expect. That's how it's done. X2. Greninja and Lucario joined their trainers, Sceptile continued charging his attack, no one had noticed because of that. Damn children, how can you interfere in this? I'm sick of you, get ready Darkrai, we'll use the Z move again, I know it can only be used once, but I don't give a damn, this worried the brunette, the blonde didn't know what Listen was talking about. What's a Z move? Korrina looked at Ash, who summed it up in a few words. A super special attack, Korrina, but we won't lose. We have help from Lucario and Greninja. Listen starts making moves as does Darkrai. It's time for you to lose together, now Darkrai uses Anachor Black Hole, the attack was being prepared, Ash and Korrina look somewhat worried by the attack as well as their Pokémon, Sceptile at that moment approaches the other Pokémon. It's our turn, Sceptile launches Solar Beam now. This Solar Beam was undoubtedly much stronger than the first one he launched, it had more charging time. Both attacks hit again, it was a fight to see who would have more strength, Darkrai's attack was enormous and he began to gain an advantage over Sceptile. You won't be able to stop the inevitable. Listen watched as Darkrai's attack gained more ground. That's it Darkrai, finish them all off at once, I hope it hurts you Ash. I want you to feel like I felt when I lost you. The honey-haired girl looked at the situation with a smile and wide-open eyes. We will never give up, always until the end, isn't that right, love? Korrina looked at Ash who was confident, this made her feel it too, since Ash is with her and he promised that everything will be okay. Now Greninja throws water shuriken. The frog separated from the rest and charged a large amount of energy in his palm, which turned red like it did in the final against Alan. Korrina, seeing this, wanted to help. Lucario throws as many aura spheres as you can at Darkrai to finish him off. Both Pokemon charge their attacks to launch and support Sceptile in everything they can. Ready now. X2, the two Pokemon launched their attacks. These were a great support to Sceptile, which began to gain a great advantage. Darkrai, like his trainer and Serena, couldn't believe it. They were about to lose. Damn you, I won't lose. Suddenly something came out of the stones and it was a great leap. Impossible, you were out of combat, damn rat. I curse you all. It was Pikachu, who was once again surrounded by a large amount of energy and yellow rays. He looked very bright. Ash was happy to see that his friend was okay and that he was preparing something big. Okay. Pikachu uses Thundershock. Pikachu launched a large beam that Darkrai could not avoid. He received great damage, and the attack also hit Listen and Serena, who were left unconscious by such power, although luckily it did not send them flying. Darkrai could not maintain his attack and received the full power of the other Pokemon, Sceptile, Greninja, and Lucario. Upon impact it formed a large amount of dust. After a few seconds it dissipated and showed a defeated Darkrai with its spiral eyes just like Listen and Serena. Pikachu approached his trainer still with his aura. But suddenly they lost their transformations. Exhausted they fell sitting looking happy that everything was over. Near them, Ash and Korrina felt very happy to finish and save Kalos. We did it, Ash log. Ash immediately pulled her towards her and kissed her. Korrina blushed a lot and just let herself be carried away by the moment. Cough cough. Is it all over? X2, they both blushed at the arrival of their friends. But to get to the last one they are good, and the worst thing is that they interrupt a nice moment with my Ash. Korrina said with words that scared the professor and Clement. I'm sorry Korrina, but it took a while for the support to get to where we were. Hello Professor, hello Clement. We did it, we took them down. By the way, Serena is the snitch who was involved with them. Why would she do that? He looked at Serena lying on the floor. I'll tell you the details later. The police had arrived and arrested both Listen and Serena and the assistant, putting them in a reinforced truck. Inside were Calm and Alan. Well done Ash, you did it. Thank you so much for your help. They'll never get out of prison, I assure you. By the way, those who are part of Team Flare have already been arrested. The region was saved from the attacks. A high-ranking officer spoke to him. It wasn't just me who defeated them, the others helped me too, but I wouldn't do anything to protect this region and the people who are part of it. I'm glad everything is resolved. Well, let's go back, yawns, since I'm very sleepy, haha. You're right, Ash. We spent the whole night awake. The blonde was very exhausted. I'll also go rest at my house. The professor narrowed his eyes. In that case, Ash, would you mind if we celebrate your victory and saving Kalos this afternoon? Looking at Ash and the others. Of course, officer, I think it's a good idea. Everyone started getting into their cars to head back to the city, but not before Korrina stopped Ash, who was wondering what the blonde would say or do. Ash. She leaned closer to his ear and whispered, I can sleep with you. I'm too tired to go back to my gym. What an excuse. Okay Korrina, you win. Without hesitation, Ash accepts the proposal. After solving everything that happened in the Kalos region, our protagonists returned to Clement's house except for the professor who retired to his house. Ash, Korrina and Clement were about to enter, but they ran into Math and Clement's dad, Delia and Bonnie. I'm so glad you made it, guys. Math raised his hand, greeting the rest. My son, I'm glad you're all okay. Approaching to hug Ash. Hello everyone, how did it go? Did you manage to stop the members of Team Flare? After a short conversation between everyone present, Math decided to confess to Ash the reason why he was there. Ash. Approaching his ear and whispering, let's go to sleep now, there's a lot to do in the afternoon. Korrina grabbing his arm. Of course Korrina, let's go. The two began to walk. Wait Ash, I want to talk to you in private, it'll be quick. Ash looked at Math who wanted to talk to him. Okay. Love, you can go ahead, I'll go with you after talking to him. Oops, she blushed because she said it in front of the others. Korrina just got very nervous and blushed, so you did it Korrina, well done, just promise me that you'll give me nice grandchildren. Delia was very happy and smiling. Ash was just a little frozen by what his mother mentioned. The others just watched with laughter at what was happening. Well, Mom, the situation is this, Korrina and I. We've been dating since yesterday. looking very sure of his words to his mother. It's fine with me, Ash. I'm glad to have a beautiful and strong daughter-in-law. Korrina just looked blushing and went to a room to fall asleep after the whole night they spent outdoors. By Arceus, Ash, I'm finally with you. I love you, lying down, closing her eyes. Come quickly. Meanwhile, Ash and Math were alone outside Clement's house. The others decided to go inside to have breakfast. First of all, thanks for the support of your Pokémon. We managed to stop the members of Team Flare. It's nothing, Math. I'm glad you agreed to help while I was gone. Okay, I'll be quick and direct with you, Ash. I was the one to blame for what happened to Serena. Com stole the product from me and used it for his own benefit. I already know, Math, only the fact that you're to blame surprises me, although don't worry, it was Com's fault and his obsession with Serena. Although I found out that Serena was obsessed with me, she was left like a crazy person. I feel bad for her, but I think she wants to see me die. If I don't have you, no one will have you, that's what she told me when I saw her. He was interrupted by Asabache. I see, Ash, so you don't have a grudge against me? Of course not, Math, I don't have it, thanks for telling me the truth. Well, I'm very tired, I'll go to sleep until the afternoon, Math. Ash only left but not before. Well, Ash, rest, you deserve it. Winner of the league. And so everything was resolved with the problem that there was about Serena. Later. Hours passed until finally the afternoon arrived. In the house where our protagonists were, there was a sleeping Ash and his girlfriend Korrina hugging peacefully. Everything was calm until Ash's mother appeared. So very comfortable, right? Ash. Ash. Ash's mother simply lifted her son who was still sleeping peacefully. Korrina woke up because of the noise made by Ash's mother. Ash, half asleep, replied. Korrina, I promise you that we will get married. This made Korrina blush 1,000 times. Her mother was surprised by Ash's declaration. Ash began to open his eyes and looked at the two present. On one hand, his mother was happy and smiling while Korrina was extremely nervous and blushing. What happened? Ash said as he got out of bed. Nothing X2. After that brief conversation, everyone was preparing for the planned event, which would not only celebrate the league winner but also thank the city and regional defenders. I'll go ahead, guys. I'll see you there. But son, why don't you change into something more appropriate for the occasion? Remember, they're celebrating you. His mother gave her opinion. I don't feel comfortable. I'll just go in my usual clothes. Besides, I want to give Korrina some space to change calmly. It's okay, Ash, but I have a feeling you'll have to get dressed up eventually. As they finished their conversation, Ash started to walk away. Korrina approached Delia as they stared at the brunette. I thought Delia would listen to her. Ash's mother just sighed, looking at Korrina. That's right, Ash, what can you do? Korrina just smiled. She's right, and that's why I like it so much. Delia smiled at her. Let's get you ready. I'm sure Ash will like what he sees. A few minutes passed and Ash, with his Pikachu as always on his trainer's shoulder. Along with him he took his other Pokémon to the entire team, adding Sceptile. When arriving where the event would be, those in charge took him to a dressing room by force, showed him that he must dress formally, made him put on a blue suit. The Kalos champion will be present, they commented. Ash, without any excuse, agreed to change. Meanwhile at Clement's house everyone was dressing appropriately for the occasion. Delia and Bonnie looked at Korrina already dressed. Are you ready, Korrina? You look very pretty. Delia said, giving her thumbs up. I'm sure Ash will love it. The younger blonde commented. Korrina just looked at herself in the mirror. She was wearing a light blue dress. Her skirt reached a little before her knees, her shoes the same color as her dress, her hair was loose with a headband holding it. Ready, let's go. If you ask where she got the clothes from, well, she went to buy them. By the way, she used Ash's money. His mother also had control over his money. Ash was already ready. He was preparing to take a seat, but not before seeing how the others arrived. He realized that everyone was well dressed. So my mother wasn't lying. I guess I get too stupid sometimes, but what can you do? They all greeted each other. They were surprised that Ash was wearing a blue suit, although Ash didn't take his eyes off a single person. Korrina, Ash's mother, noticed it and decided to make a sign for them to leave them alone. Thus Delia, Clement and Bonnie left. Ash, I thought you were wearing the same clothes. You look great. Korrina blushed as she tried to look away. Ash just looked at the blonde, while grabbing her cheek. You look beautiful, Korrina. I'm very grateful to you. Thank you. Why, thank you? The blonde asked. She looked into the eyes of the brunette. Thanks to you my heart was alive again. You helped me in the most difficult moment I went through. Thank you for being with me even though I am somewhat stupid on topics like this. I'm happy to be by your side. Korrina only approached the brunette to give her a not-so-short kiss. The brunette only limited himself to reciprocate while he lowered his hands to her back gently, making the blonde laugh at the tickling she felt. Korrina, by the way, still hugging, how did you get the dress, did you buy it? Korrina, somewhat nervous, had to tell him the truth. You see, Ash, your mother bought it for me, I used your money, I hope you don't mind. The brunette stole a short kiss after the blonde's declaration. I would never be upset with you, you are my girlfriend now, for you I could spend my entire fortune to see you happy, I love you. Without further ado, the two of them kissed again warmly. An hour passed, and everyone was already present at the celebration. In the center were both the Kalos champion and the league winner, Ash. Ash's friends and the professor were on the sides. There were a large number of people present, including Math, as well as several cameras broadcasting everything that was happening on television. It's time to start this event. Diantha stood up from her seat and walked to the front to give a message to the entire audience present. Greetings everyone, members of the High Command, reporters, and the general public. We're here to commemorate the true winner of the Kalos League and the saviors of the region. There was an error that we managed to address in time towards the end of the league. Coach Ash Ketchum, my sincere apologies for the misunderstanding. Also, a big thank you for being the savior of the region. You wiped out the entire Team Flare. You're undoubtedly an incredible person who deserves a round of applause. Ash, somewhat nervous, just looked at his mother. She was next to Pikachu who was on her legs, then he looked away at Korrina who was looking at him. She just showed a wink with a smile. The brunette felt a warm sensation from the blonde's action. He quickly stopped looking at her and got up to say a few words to all the people present. Cough cough, good afternoon everyone, Kalos champion, High Command and the people present, I am truly happy, too happy, I have been trying to win a league for a long time, I had many falls, when I found out that I really won a league I did not know what to say, I was speechless. Diantha stood up again with the league winner's cup to give to the Jet, the entire audience began to applaud a lot. Thank you above all to the people who have been with me this time, to my mother who never gave up and supported me in everything, to my best friend Clement who supported me during this trip as well as his younger sister. I should also thank a girl who traveled with me but due to circumstances is not here present at this moment, she made a mistake. Most people knew who the jet black girl was referring to, and rumors of Serena being part of Team Flare spread throughout the region. Not only was I the one who defeated Team Flare, I'm grateful because I also had the support of my Pokemon who did a great job, of the gym leader of this city Clement and Professor Sycamore. Additionally, I want to thank a special girl for me, if it weren't for her I'm sure I couldn't have defeated Team Flare. Ash left the cup on the table next to him and approached where Korrina was. He gently took her hand making the blonde blush. He took her with him to the front. The people were somewhat surprised to find out that there is something between the two of them. Yantra City Gym Leader Korrina. Please give a round of applause. The people were undoubtedly happy about the whole event. The cameras captured the moment well. People applauded loudly. The brunette took Korrina by both hands. The blonde was blushing too much because she was doing it in the middle of the audience. Everyone was looking at them. She stopped thinking and looked into the brunette's eyes which had them fixed on hers. After a few seconds he looked at the audience without letting go of Korrina's hands. I want to leave an announcement. I will challenge the High Command and then I will face Diantha for the title of champion of the region. I will become the new champion of the Kalos region. And I will do it only for her. I would like to live here and protect the region at all costs. Korrina, thank you for being with me. The brunette looked again at the blonde who had some tears in her eyes. Thank you for being my girlfriend. The blonde could not hold it anymore and gave him a kiss, something that surprised the brunette, but he reciprocated instantly. People shouted and applauded again at the news, especially when they learned that the dark-haired boy was dating a gym leader. The other regions were undoubtedly watching closely at what was happening at that moment. At night, a party was held to celebrate the league winner and the victory in defending the region. Everyone was dancing and celebrating the end of the game. During the dance, Ash and Korrina were there, and they hadn't left each other's side for a moment. While they were dancing, Ash, are you really going to stay here for me? The dark-haired man just nodded and with a smile continued the conversation. Of course, at first when I was in Kanto and I heard the news I was only planning to go receive the cup and return to Kanto to participate in the league and be the Kanto champion. But after what happened with your statement and what happened between us I no longer think the same. I would like to spend time here with you. I have already forgotten everything that Serena made me suffer. Because of her I no longer wanted to come to this region. At that moment the two stopped, staring at each other for a few seconds. The dark-haired man quickly grabbed the blonde's hand and led her towards the exit where he wanted some privacy. Ash, why did we come here? She only received a kiss from the dark-haired man who hugged her immediately. The blonde without hesitation did the same action. They were there for a few minutes, until they separated. Korrina, I brought you for two reasons. The first is because the night is very pleasant and also you can appreciate how beautiful this region is. I know that what I am about to tell you is very hasty. It is something that I would like you to accept and give me your opinion. Korrina stole a short kiss from the brunette. Tell me what you want, Ash. You know that I love you. I am truly so happy because you are with me. I never thought we would be boyfriend and girlfriend. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to show you all my love for you. I always kept it hidden. Korrina, would you like it if in the future I become champion of the region, to be my fiancé and then get married? I would like to spend the rest of my life with you. I know it sounds a bit hasty, but I feel that by your side I will be very happy. Tell me what you think. The blonde just looked away and looked again at the brunette. She had tears running down her cheeks. Ash. Sniff. Really? Do you want to marry me? Sniff. The brunette just delicately stroked her golden hair, and showed her a warm smile. It would be an honor to marry you. There's love. There's love. Of course. Korrina threw herself at the brunette with a strong and intense kiss. They lasted a few minutes like that, then they returned to the party, telling the news. Without a doubt everyone was happy with the news, especially Ash's mother. She just screamed with emotion. Yes, I'll finally have grandchildren. This only made both of them blush. 2 years later. Ash during that time defeated one by one the entire high command of the region. Then he faced the Kalos champion Diantha. He emerged victorious, and took the title of champion of the region. It was undoubtedly a day of celebration. Ash bought 2 houses of a good size. The first was for his mother and the other was for him and his fiancée Korrina. During this time both had spent together, the brunette sometimes in the blonde's gym to support his girlfriend, and she supported him for the first time in the defense of his champion title. Ash emerged the winner of that encounter. Now they both stand at the altar next to a father. The blonde was wearing a beautiful wedding dress, and the dark-haired man was wearing a black tuxedo, both ready to fulfill their promise and become husband and wife. Mr. Ash accepts Korrina as his future wife, for better or for worse, in sickness and in health, until death do them part. He accepted. Miss Korrina accepts Ash as her future husband, for better or for worse, in sickness and in health, until death do you part. He certainly accepted. With that, he pronounced them husband and wife, and you may kiss the bride. They both held hands and shared a deep, tender kiss, undoubtedly a memory they will never lose. In one of the seats was Brock, his friend. He just stood up. Long live the bride and groom. Everyone present celebrated and applauded the new couple. Ash looked very happy at all his friends and his mother present at the wedding, as well as Korrina. Then he saw Korrina again. Would you like to start a family with me, Korri? The blonde smiled and looked with a noticeable blush. Of course, yes, love, we will be the strongest family in Kalos. I would love to have a family with you. Ash just nodded. I love you, my Korri. And I love you, my Ashie. And they lived happily ever after. End.